Like you mentioned that Andrew Yang bite that you spoke to him last night. Let's take a listen to that, and then I want to get your reaction.
Is this plan actually legal to be able to give $1,000 to 10 people?
No, of course it's legal. We have an army of lawyers who signed off on it. But you have to reflect for a moment that we live in a system where a billionaire can spend tens of millions of dollars buying his way on the debate stage, and everyone thinks that's fine. And then we're literally giving money to Americans around the country to do whatever they like to improve their lives. And then people say, it's like, oh, is that legal? So
It's not buying votes.
It is legal. But if you think about it, it's kind of ridiculous that we've gotten to this point.
So Andrew's telling us it's legal. What are other people saying? Is there any other response there?
Yeah, there are a couple different qualifications on this. It's a big idea. It's a disruptive idea. I think that's what people like about Andrew Yang. Frankly, it kind of encapsulates the whole thing of the tech industry, right? They disrupt the typical status quo with these ideas. The question is sometimes the disruption that they go through is reintroducing problems that people have had, with politics or with business going back, right? So, for instance, Uber doesn't have drivers that are unionized drivers, but the reasons we have unions still exist. So Andrew Yang says that he could spend this money. People are raising questions about using campaign funds to give to people for their own personal benefit. I think is the way many people in the legal community look at it. That you can't spend campaign funds for personal use that would not already exist. So there's a real question here about whether or not this is legal. Anyway, it's a big idea. People are talking about him today. And if you're the Yang campaign, you're happy because you made a splash.
Right. And what's interesting is that the Yang campaign actually, right before the debate, right before he said it, sent out an email to reporters. And in the second line of that email, it said, this is legal. I'd never seen that before. And when somebody was announcing a policy, I tend to sympathize with Yang. I think you can say that, look, this is a kind of a campaign stunt, and if it works, it's going to benefit his campaign. Therefore, the spending should be good for his campaign. How did the press react?
But Ryan, there is
Yang?
a reason why people stopped giving. Ryan, there is a reason people stopped allowing candidates to give cash to voters. Right. Like we did that as a reform of the electoral system.
Trying to buy
He's
votes
run out
at
of
that
cash.
rate.
Yeah, but to Ryan's point, how did the press react to that while you were in that holding room?
Oh, I think people thought that it was kind of this is interesting. Like it's kind of a stunt. Can you do this? I don't know. There wasn't a lot of deep diving into it. I think by that point we also then got into some of the next, the fights with Castro, which were much bigger.